Rachel Zegler, the Disney Slayer, secretly, probably, truly, actually one of us, and the Zendaya to never be. Admittedly, Zendaya is literally trash there, and fight me on that.
Hey, what's up, guys? Riff here. So at this point, Rachel Zegler might single-handedly bankrupt Disney because the live-action Snow White film.
One of us, boys. One of us. My secret headcanon is that Rachel Zegler planned all of this, and she wants to bring down the evil that is Disney.
Can't be going any worse for Disney. Anything associated with this project is getting dislike bombed into the Shadow Realm. Every single teaser of this film is getting brutalized on social media, and things have gotten even worse because Disney tried to pull a little sneaky one. They released a new special look at Snow White on Christmas Day, hoping to capitalize on the goodwill of people on that day, and guess what? It backfired.
Failed.
It's another flop, and we're going to look at the hilarious reactions to that latest special look. Now, in case you don't know, this is the first version of...
Oh god, look at the dwarfs. They're just like... These are creatures plucked straight out of hell.
The trailer, the teaser trailer that came out earlier this year, and you can see the like-dislike ratio. They are getting crucified. 100,000 likes versus 1.4 million dislikes, putting this in the top 40 of all-time most disliked videos in terms of a number of dislikes, but percentage-wise, the percentage of dislikes is actually the highest among that top 40 list, which is, of course, cementing this in the history books here. Congratulations to Disney's Snow White live action right here, but they would try again with the official trailer. They released this a few weeks ago on YouTube, and it actually went worse in some regards. 34,000 likes versus 844,000 dislikes. The dislike ratio on this is even stronger than the teaser
26-1
trailer, which is actually quite impressive. So obviously people are just not impressed with this film, and mainly...
Well, actually, more like 24.8.
All ties back to Rachel Zegler, but we'll talk about her in 1 second. So this is the latest update. Disney tried to sneak one past everyone and upload Disney Snow White, Waiting on a Wish special look on Christmas Day. I guess they were thinking people would be festive and jolly, and they would give this film another chance.
Dude, why the hell would anyone like this video? You're festive and jolly. It's the seasons. It is the Christmas spirit. And then you see Rachel Zegler and you're like, oh shit. Now I feel sad about my life.
Well, as you can see, nobody was doing that because the like-dislike ratio is also atrocious. And the fact that this one is significantly higher but still abysmal is just a real... sign of how this is all going. But you can see 3,500 likes versus 24,000 dislikes. Very brutal, but this one to me is the most embarrassing of all of the early looks we've had for this film because...
Well, this is like a 6.5-1, so I mean, that's their best, that's the best they got.
This is just apathy at this point. Nobody even cares
to sell even a single ticket to whatever this monstrosity is gonna be. Their popcorn bucket is gonna need to be made out of fucking pure gold.
Dislike this anymore. It only has 191,000 views in 5 days. That's brutal for a film like this that Disney needs. They need some wins, and this is looking like an absolute dumpster fire. But like I said, we're gonna look at some of the reaction to this because the comments are just brutalizing this film, and mainly Rachel Zegler. So here's the top comments. Pretty much everything is negative. This movie is based on a parallel universe where Snow White is evil and the Queen is innocent. End of this movie should be, the Queen and the Prince lived happily ever after. The evil Queen pushes Snow White down a well and lives happily ever after with the Prince. That's my headcanon. Love how Gal Gadot wasn't in the clip, yet 99% of the comments are about her. Snow White, I don't need no man, snap. Prince Charming, don't flatter yourself, shorty. I'm here to see your stepmother. And it goes on and on and on. A lot of people are talking about Gal Gadot. Now, in case you don't know, she is the actress playing the evil queen, and people have been...
This is a classic one. Oh, admittedly, you can find Rachel Zegler hot. You can find her some decent pictures of her. Now, it's still kind of a snuggle, honestly, to do so, but you can. I have tried to do it. And, you know, you can find some relative success here. For example, this ain't that bad. This is pretty good. Low quality, and you can't if it's an Instagram picture. And people don't seem to like this one that much. It's really hard to understand what sometimes people like and don't. This one is pretty bad. This one is pretty... I'm not saying it's easy, but listen, you know, there's a lot of makeup in the world, and half of it is literally on her face pretty much at some point. So, you know, you can kind of find some things that can actually work out and whatnot. Just saying, you know, not to be super mean to the person that is atrocious, aka Rachel Zegler, but you know, it is what it is. You can find some pictures that are better.
Making memes about this since day one. As this meme here points out, this is supposed to be the evil queen who's jealous of the looks of Snow White's. Yeah, I don't know. Kind of an interesting casting choice right there.
To be fair, what the hell does Gal Gadot look without makeup? Gal Gadot, no. I mean, it's definitely not bad. Nah, Gal Gadot without makeup also still wins, even though I'm kind of, okay, boys, okay, listen. Whenever you look up any of these movie stars and you write in no makeup, you know it's bullshit, right? There's no way this is without makeup. I'm having even a hard time to believe that this is without makeup. This is definitely makeup again. There's no world where this, this could actually be little makeup, but still makeup, okay? That uni fucking brow is very visible, by the way, gal. Not saying. Okay, you see, that seems. Is it though? You see. Now this is actually probably no makeup, huh? Yeah. For example, this is bullshit. This is fucking 15 layers of makeup, boys. Do not Do not drink the lies. It is all lies. No makeup, BS.
But anyways, why is this whole film just hated so brutally? Well, almost all of the outrage ties back to the choice of the actress for Snow White, which is Rachel Zegler. And in this special look, we also found
the most vapid, dislikable person ever, by the way, 10 out of 10.
Out why her name is Snow White. Typically with the, you know, the version of Snow White we've had forever until this live action film, her name was Snow White because her skin was as white as snow. Now in this version, she gets her name Snow White because she was born during a snowstorm. Again, it's just like, why are we changing these things? Why are we race swapping people? This is just classic Disney trying to appeal to the modern audience, and it's backfiring horribly. But in case you haven't seen some of the behavior online of Rachel Zegler, I will key you in real quick here. About 1 minute is all you really need to know. This is a compilation of just a few things she has said about this movie, and it's insufferable.
I'm a narcissist. The original cartoon came out in 1937, and very evidently so.
Okay.
There's a big focus on her love story with a guy who literally stalks her. Yeah.
Weird.
Sometimes you need to like pause for a second, just take a deep breath to inhale all of this cringe coming at you. It's very overwhelming.
And then it became like, I will elbow everyone out of the way to play the part. That people will assume is a love story just because like we cast a guy in the movie, Andrew Burnap. All of Andrew's scenes could get cut. Who knows? It's Hollywood, baby.
I say, if I'm gonna stand there 18 hours in a dress,
Bro, these are the classics, okay? These are the best hits for sure.
Princess, I deserve to be paid for every hour that it is streamed online.
And we absolutely wrote a Snow White that is
not going to be saved by the prince.
She's not going to be saved by the prince, and she's
Oh,
not
this is my favorite clip with Gal Gadot.
going to be dreaming about true love. She's dreaming about becoming the leader she knows she can.
Amazing.
Yeah, that clip actually in full is even better because it's like, okay, Gal Gadot is like, yeah, woman empowerment, but you know, just gonna add a sentence because reasons, and then she just doesn't stop, and you can see Gal Gadot looking at her and be like, stop, please stop, you're destroying everything. It's beautiful. It is truly beautiful. It's a work of art, honestly.
Girl boss Snow White. That's going to be a really big hit, especially when the actress behind the character is so incredibly unlikable. And also, she got in trouble about a month and a half ago after the results of
the Trump thing. That was also funny.
United States presidential election concluded, and of course Trump won, and she was a very vocal supporter of the Harris campaign, and she went on to Instagram and had an absolute meltdown. You can check out this full group of messages here if you want, but really all you need to know is that she acts like the world is literally going to fall apart as a result of these election results, and she ends this one statement by saying anyone who is a Trump supporter should never know a moment of peace the rest of their lives, which is a brilliant strategy by Rachel Zegler. This is the classic Disney modern audience approach here. Just randomly alienate over half of the United States with a pointless statement that is unnecessary in the first place and just alienate so many potential viewers of your film, especially when they're already annoyed with you in the first place. This was the most boneheaded decision. And again, you're appealing to the modern audience with this one, so enjoy the empty theaters that are going to come with that modern audience. But of course, she would apologize, as pointed out here by Geeks and Gamers. And yeah, do you actually believe she was sorry about what she said? She was only sorry because probably Disney got very, very angry at her and forced her to make this apology.
I don't honestly even know if that's true. Because listen. Disney was smart enough to re-release Morbius to theaters because Morbin Time memes were hot, and the stonks for those memes were up, and they literally got psyopted into re-releasing Morbius in the theaters where it sold like two tickets by accident. Disney's not really a bunch of smart people. Disney is a bunch of extremely lukewarm IQ individuals.
But I want to do another segue here because there's another kind of lost in the sauce, lost in the shuffle issue with this film. And it revolves around two things, the budget and some more casting choices. And as reported here, it has been rumored that the budget for this film has exploded to over $500 million. Now, if you know the standard calculation for breaking even with a film and its budget, typically the number is 2.5. You have to make 2.5 times your budget. So if this is a, let's say, $500 million budget, they're gonna have to make over $1.2 billion on this film to break even. And $1.2 billion would...
Yeah, at this point, if Snow White actually does 200 million, is gonna be wild.
Be a monumental success for this film if it was just a regular film, right? This one is already so hated and has so little interest in it, they will never reach that mark. My mind would be blown if that happened. But there's also another issue with the budget, and some people believe they had to reshoot some of the scenes due to a controversy involving...
Oh yeah, they didn't have to reshoot. They literally remade this, and this is hilarious. This is literally Peter Dinklage said, "No, casting dwarfs in Snow White is offensive," and then they got a bunch of normal people, you know, and then people laughed at this diversity freak show, and then they made a CGI, whatever the hell this is from hell. Oh god, this has been just such a disaster.
the Seven Dwarfs. There was a lot of discussion about the casting choices or potential casting choices for these Seven Dwarfs. Now, there was multiple things that happened here. This was an image being shared around the internet about 2 years ago, and apparently this was going to be the original Seven Dwarfs. I mean, it literally looks like a blue sky meetup. It's just a goofy image. And again, the first thing that people...
A blue sky meetup would never have anyone black in it.
...would bring up is the choice of actors. You have one person out of the Seven Dwarfs that has dwarfism. Why wouldn't you hire actors with dwarfism to play the Seven Dwarfs? Doesn't it just logically make sense? And, you know, wouldn't you give...
Yeah, literally Peter Dinklage's fault because he said that that's racist or something. And then they decide, okay, Peter Dinklage, the king of dwarfs, is saying no, so we better heed this warning.
...them that opportunity for that role? Well, of course, as we now know with these trailers confirming it, nobody got the role because they would eventually use CGI instead of hiring actors with dwarfism.
This was also a last minute change, but oh wait, yeah, it is. But I was gonna say that's it, but yeah, look at this. There's Peter Dinklage.
One person for all of this happening, and that is Peter Dinklage. If you don't know, he is an actor with dwarfism. He was Tyrion Lannister in Game of Thrones, and this is a classic example.
Yeah, great character for a while. But yeah, again, I'm not kidding. I wasn't kidding. He legitimately said dwarves bad racism, and they didn't use dwarves any longer. He is the literal, unironic dwarf king of Hollywood. It is hilariously dumb. But again, Hollywood, a bunch of people with very, very lukewarm IQs. In any case, that was Rev Says Desu, 10 out of 10. Bye.